Hey, about 3 weeks ago, I posted this video giving you an update of kind of where I've been and where I'm going. And I was looking in the market for a stealth e-bike. So what I'm going to show you are 8 different e-bikes that all have a very similar vibe. They're all stealthy. And let's just jump right in. So the first one is KBO. This one is one of the cheapest that I've found. It's under $1,000 currently on sale. It is 36 pounds, so it's fairly light for an e-bike. Has a top speed of 20 miles per hour and has a range between 18 to 53 miles. So for pretty much your normal day-to-day commuting, I found like 8 miles each way was about the most comfort level, maybe up to 10 each way. But after that, it starts to get a little mundane. I don't know. Anyway, that was my kind of my feedback and my experience. But this one is actually quite nice. Now it just has a cadence sensor. So it's just got that little, it's not torque sensing. I do have a video on that. I'll put a link in this description as well, where you'll see the comparison. That's an important comparison. But again, for this price point, that is really just fine with me. It was very close to actually purchasing this bike. Now, another one that I was also really close to purchasing is this Ride One Up. Now, Ride One Up, again, is a very kind of a stark view. It doesn't have disc brakes, but that's kind of okay with me. I liked where this was going also. So the specs on this one, it's $1,045 currently on sale. It's 33 pounds, so it's 3 pounds lighter, 24 mile per hour top speed. So it's also 4 miles per hour faster and has a range between 20 and 30 miles. This also is cadence assisting. So it's not a torque sensing type of situation. But again, on the lower price range, that's what you would expect. And you know what? That's probably just fine. There are a lot of good YouTube reviews on this one. I just ultimately didn't choose this one. So let's go on to the next one. This one I just got on my news feed this morning. I was checking it out. I was like, wow, this is actually really cool. What I liked about it is the battery's not embedded, it's outside, but it does kind of make you looks like here it is right here. It's like in this cartridge. And so there's some upsides to this, but I would say the downsides are that it's not available until March of next year, 2022. So that's kind of a downside. But the specs on this are it's currently you can get it for 1,246. Again, this is all US dollars, 35 pounds, so similar weight, top speed just under 20 miles per hour, very similar, range 37, and I don't know if it's torque sensing or cadence. It's just there's not enough information. Again, it's not available yet, so I'm sure they'll update this as they go. Let's move on. Luna. Now, the bikes listed are from the lowest, and they start to get gradually more expensive. Then you'll see the one I chose. So Luna's a really cool looking bike. It's got a really expensive, like cool things cost a lot of money, right? It's typically how it works. The propulsion motor system is in the pedal crank area. You don't have a rear hub. Those are just standard wheels, so that's kind of cool. The specs on the Luna bike are, yeah, it's 1,750, weighs 39 pounds. So this is actually the heaviest of the bikes so far. Has a top speed of 24 miles per hour. The the really disappointing part though, it's got a max range of 20 miles, just 20 miles. That's a lot of money for a bike that just goes 20 miles. Now, like I told you, 10 miles each way is about the most you'd really want to do. But if you add hills and stuff, I don't know, this just doesn't seem like that's enough miles that you're getting, even though once it goes dead, pedaling it shouldn't be that bad. But that was a bit of a turn off to me, so I didn't go further there. Next is FLX. Now, Babymaker, I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this was an Indiegogo independent of FLX. Now I'm seeing it on FLX's site. Um, it's expensive. It's almost 1,900 bucks, although they say it's, this is on sale price. Um, and this guy is 33 pounds, has a 28 mile per hour top speed. This is the fastest one listed. The disappointing thing is for this price, it just has cadence sensing. And the mile range is only between 15 and 50. Now, the low end of 15 is a little concerning for this kind of a price. Just that's the part that kind of I had to shy away from. It just wasn't quite there for me anyway. Now, Van Moof, I've looked at over the years. I've always been intrigued by this bike. Now, it looks a little different. It's kind of got a one of those vibes of like this bike someone may want to steal because it looks different, right? There's a couple of them like this. This is definitely one of them. I also think the Baby Maker looks like a bike somebody may want to steal because it is a very nice looking bike, right? Um, this guy, to give you the specs on this one, Van Moof, it is $2,298, so almost 2,300 bucks. It's the heaviest of the bikes that I've got listed here. It's 46 pounds, only goes 20 miles per hour. There's nothing beyond that, right? Um, the range is good though. It's between 37 and 93 miles, and it's torque sensing. So, yeah, it's a bigger price. You do get more, but only 20 miles per hour. Just like there's trade-offs all over. But it is a cool bike. Comes with an app. It's got all this neat stuff to it. So that's the next one. Didn't choose this one. Just a little too rich. I don't really find that very smidge life. So I'm moving on. Next is the Cowboy. So I do like the look of this bike. This is another one that, wow, this is going to stand out. It looks really stealthy too. This is a bit thicker. The down tube obviously has some thickness to it, but I thought they did a really nice job of implementing this. Now it's one of the most expensive. I didn't convert it, but it's like so it's like €2,938 converted. Looking like probably around 3,300. I'm guessing it's 40 pounds. But the really, really disappointing thing, if I understood it right, I did the conversion on that, it's 15 miles per hour max. So I think generally this was a European bike or is, but you can get it shipped to the US. It's just this was not great. 43-mile range. I mean, just overall, these are some of the biggest problems I have. Is like they're not trying hard enough to be competitive. So it feels like a very niche bike. Um, then, drum roll, please. There it is, 10 ways. I didn't know much about this one, but I saw it in my YouTube feed and started checking it out. And I was like, wow, this thing looks interesting. Here's what caught my eye. Oh, yeah, there it is, torque sensing. And when you look at the cost of it and what you get, and you get hydraulic brakes, it's a no-brainer. So let's get into it. This one in particular is going for around, I got the super early bird special, which sounds like a Denny's reference, of $1,299. It's a 35-pound e-bike, which is not heavy, max speed of 20 miles per hour, which is good enough without getting too crazy, and an 80-mile range. I'm sure that varies, but think about that. Where you're getting that benefit from, the 80 miles, I'm positive that has to come from the torque sensing. The hydraulic brakes, too, are a huge bonus. So here's somebody that put together a very competitive, stealthy looking e bike with torque sensing, hydraulic brakes. It checked every box for me. So this is on order. They're supposed to ship out at the end of September. So we'll see. I will do videos on this and show you. I will take it on rides. We'll do long term, yada, yada. You'll see the whole thing. So super pumped about it. So, oh, and this even has an app on top of it. So if you're interested, do as you need. But I thought it was a great deal for the early bird and even the next wave of e-bike purchases that are available. It's not that expensive. So give it a shot. Take a look at this and stay tuned. Remember to subscribe to check out the progress of how this thing looks. I went with the Midnight Black. Um, Again, wanted more of that stealth look, but there's some really cool colors. They have sky blue. They have Arctic blue. That's kind of an interesting twist. But ultimately, I settled on the Midnight Black. Hope this helps you. Everybody do well, have fun, enjoy, and I will talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.